recruit, and you're gonna like gravitate. So I think maybe this is our theme for the end of the last quarter is like find the joy.
Yeah,
like
find the joy. Yeah, absolutely.
It's easy to show up. Yeah. Okay. Should we get started here?
Yeah, I just hit record.
Talking about.
I gotta go find out what my cat is doing. But Krista, I don't like this cat. I don't like my cat.
Crisanti's gonna kick us off. She's gonna start us off here, and then we'll get going. So.
Wait. Okay, are you able to hear me? Because I just put this in, and okay, good. I put it in because speaking of the cat, I have my timeshare dog, aka my mother-in-law's dog, and he is over here like hacking up a lung. So hopefully with the earbud in, you won't be able to hear him. You'll only be able to hear me. So anyway, hi you guys. I'm so excited for you to be on. I know we do have a few other people jumping on, but we will get started and they can just jump in and we can catch them up if we need to. But I see Jade and I see Katie, and I'm not sure which Katie that is. So anyway, I know Kim knows me, but for anybody who is jumping on and doesn't know, I am Crisanti Finn, and I'm so excited to be hosting this call, teaming up with Rachel and Abby, because they just make me want to be better. So we have some good stuff planned for you guys tonight. We have a lot going through our minds as we are in this fourth quarter of the year, really ending this year strong, ending a decade, which is crazy. And so we're just really excited to pour into you tonight, and hopefully you will leave here feeling empowered and inspired and driven and feel like you have a good, clear vision of where you're going to go in the next couple of months in your business. So that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to kick it off just kind of talking to you guys about your overall mindset. And if you were on my team call last week, or if you were at the Diamond Retreat with us a couple of weeks ago in Destin, you may have heard some of this. So if I repeat myself, I apologize, but I think it's something that needs to be driven home, and I promise to expand on it as well. But we wanted to talk to you guys tonight about a few things, and first kick it off with your mindset surrounding this business. And if you jumped on just now when the three of us were chatting it out, we really, we kind of naturally, our conversation went there about the mindset in this business, because so much of your success in this business comes from your mindset, and it comes from what you feel on the inside, because whatever you're feeling on the inside is what you portray in your business. It's what comes out in your conversations. It's what comes out when you're leading your team. It's what comes out in your own health and fitness journey. So it really matters. So when we focus on mindset, what we want you to really think about is something that Doug Moss had mentioned at our, hold on one second. I just want to make sure everyone's mute. There we go. Doug Moss had mentioned this a few weeks ago, and he talked about your business and making sure that you are running your business on the offense. And this is something that resonates so strong with me, because I think that so often, so many of us are running the defense. And I think that, and I don't know many of you on here, but as a mom, I feel like sometimes I'm running the defense, right? If I wake up and my kids wake up before, like with me, or I feel behind on different things, I know that I start to feel like I'm running on the defense. Like I can't catch up. I can't do enough. I can't do it as well as other people. And I think it's very easy in this type of a business where we are behind our computer screen and we're seeing the highlight reel and we're seeing the recognition and we're seeing the Success Club shout outs and we're seeing our coach, cancellations come through or whatever it is. It's very easy for us to feel like we are running the defense. So in this business, you start out day one, you're signed up as a coach and you have the offense mindset. Your offense mindset is that you are going to win. You are going to win it in your journey so that you can show other people that they can show up and win it in their journey. And you're there to just share with people and love on people and really pour into them so that they get results and they come on and join you in your tribe. And so you're plugging away and you're going down that field and you're running that offense. And you've got this goal, right? Your first goal is Success Club. You've got the goal of Emerald, and you're reaching these goals, and then you're looking at other people and you want to get to Diamond, and you get to Diamond, right? Or maybe you're not there yet. Maybe you've gotten to Emerald, and all of a sudden something happens, right? Maybe it's that last month you hit Success Club and this month you're sucking wind. Maybe it's that last month you were at Emerald and you had all these people interested, and this month you've got cancellations and inactives and all of these things happening. And so then what happens is comparison sets in and our mindset switches from running the offense to running the defense. Instead of who can I bring into this journey? Who can I help with this business? How can I serve other people? We come into the mindset of I've got to keep this together. Like I've got to hold it together. What do I have to plug into? I have to fill that person, that person's going to drop. I need to keep my emerald, or, oh my gosh, my coach is going inactive. I need to talk to her and ask her, like, and then we start doing crazy things like, oh my gosh, like, will you just order, Shakeology and I'll send you like a $20 gift card? Like, no, that is running your business on the defense. And it doesn't feel good. Like even saying these words, it doesn't feel good, because then you start to talk to everybody that way. You talk to yourself that way. You talk to your team that way. You're running defense. This business is one that has to be built on joy. It has to be built on service. It has to be built on running the offense. So that's what we really want you to reflect on. And so running your business on the offense starts with you. It starts with you showing up every single day and joyfully and intentionally doing the behaviors of your business that every day. And I've said this time and time again, maybe you've heard me say it. I have a board on my wall right behind me. I keep referencing it and I don't change it. It's got it's like written in whiteboard marker. And I wrote it on there so long ago that like it will not come off. But the point of me saying that is to show you that everything, I know you can't read it from here, but everything on that board was the things that I had to do daily in my business. And I wrote this up there. I've been a coach for 5.5 years. I've been living in this house for 3.5 years. I probably wrote it up there 3 years ago, but it's all still the same. Yet I sit down in this chair sometimes and I get to work and I run the defense and I start to think, I don't know what to do in my business. I don't know how I'm going to hit Success Club. I don't know how I'm going to regain my diamond. I don't know how all of these things come in and I run the defense when really there's my playbook. That never changes. The business never changes. The only thing that changes in the business is you and how you choose to show up. So you need to show up with your offense in mind. So really quickly, I just want to break down a few things for you and then I'm going to toss it over to, I believe, Rachel, unless Abby needs to take it. But one thing that really hit home was when you're running your business, you sign up as a coach, you're enrolled, 100% of your business is you running your business, right? You're running your business, you're doing your vitals, you're pouring into your challengers, you're running your challenge groups, you're showing up in your health and fitness. Then all of a sudden you have this goal of Emerald and you become an Emerald coach. And if you're like me, you became an Emerald coach, and I hope to God that everybody on this call did this, you sign up your spouse. If you didn't, please, I want you to get off the call right now and go sign your spouse up, because you're seriously doing yourself a disservice if you didn't. But, I signed up and I was like, I'm an Emerald coach. And it was important to me. I felt legit. I felt like, oh, they're going to see, I'm not going to quit now. Like, I'm the real deal. I'm not like that girl who sells like Tupperware and then Mary Kay and then this and then this and that. Like, no, I'm the real deal. Like, I am badass. I'm an Emerald coach. But I was an Emerald coach with my husband and my cousin. And still, I was like, well, now I've got a team. And now, instead of doing 100% of my vital behaviors and 100% of my coach activities on the offense for me and my business, I now had a team. And I started to spend time on my team. And as we do this, as we build our business, we do have to be a leader. We do have to show up in our business. We do have to show up for our team. But when you think of the breakdown in ratio from where you are with building your team, if you are a coach, just you, 100%, your business. If you are an Emerald coach or a Diamond coach, then 90% of your time, you guys, is your business and only 10% is your team. And I said this to my team last week, and I know a lot of them, it stung, because I'm like, listen, if you have an hour to work your business every day, then that means that your team gets 6 minutes from you a day. And so many of them were like, what? Because we don't do that. Because we're running defense. Because we're like, we've got these people now, how do we get them to stay? But we do it in all the crazy ways, right? So run offense. You show up in your business and you keep doing the things that got you to where you are, because that's what's going to get you further, right? I could think of a million metaphors for why we don't just all of a sudden get to our destination and switch course, right? It's true. You have to, if you did it well, like, you repeat it. Okay. But to that point, the last thing I'm going to kind of close with is this. You're running offense. you're doing the things that work, right? If you got yourself to diamond and you want to get to star diamond, then you don't have to sit and say, I need to recreate the wheel. I need to change everything up. I need to have a better this. I need to do a different that. I need to do what she's doing. What you need to do is reflect and say, okay, what is working? What did I do from day one in my business until now that got me to where I am? And I think sometimes this is where we miss the mark in our business, because we get so caught up in what she's doing or what's fun, right? What are the things that are fun in your business that you do because you love them, and the things that are not so fun that you don't do, like connecting with people and inviting because they can be uncomfortable, right? One example I'm going to give you of this, where I want you to really make sure you're reflecting on what's working in your business. Unless you've been under a rock, you've probably seen on Instagram lately that we're all making these Triller videos, and they're super fun. And it's like you acting goofy, you're drinking your Energize, and you're doing your Triller and you're dancing, and like, it's fun, right? I love making them. I think it's super cute. Like, I look back and I'm like, I'd be friends with me. That's awesome. She's badass. Like, she's a mom and she's still cool. But here's the deal. I sat down today and I was like, okay, I've been doing these Trillers for probably a month and a half. Has anything changed in my business since I started doing them? Do I have more people signing up with me? Is it starting conversations? Are people commenting? Am I getting more engagement because of these Trillers? No, but they're fun. So it doesn't necessarily mean I need to stop them, but if it's something that I'm counting as a business building activity, I'm lying. And so I need to change that. So do you see where I'm saying now this, and don't think like, oh, that's playing the defense. I'm not playing defense. I'm still playing offense, but you need to be thinking about your plays, and you need to be tweaking. You need to be sidestepping here and there and figuring out, is what I'm doing driving me closer to where I need to be? And it's not, okay, well, it's not so like wash it all away and start fresh. It's, let me tweak something. Maybe I try it. Maybe I put up a poll on Instagram and say, hey, do you guys find value when I put these Triller videos up? Or do you think I'm crazy? Like, maybe I just ask for feedback. But so whatever it is in your business that you're doing, if you're taking the effort, you're making the effort to do it, and you're not seeing a return on your investment, and I don't mean money investment, I mean time investment, then you need to evaluate and you need to reflect, because this is a business. And it's like anything else. I sat and I talked to these girls yesterday, and I apologize. I know I'm talking for a long time, but I talked with these girls in my pod yesterday because we have like this goal of being an elite team or a premier team, or a goal of 5-star, 10-star, whatever our goals are, right? They're big goals. And I sat there and I'm listening to, it's always interesting to see how everybody else does it. But some of these girls are so amazing, and they've got it all mapped out. They're like, okay, I need this many people to hit this many things, and they get this many points, and I have this and I did that, like balancing their checkbooks, right? Basically. And then there's me, and I'm like, use my card and hope it goes through. Like, that's my mentality. But guess what? It's a business, and I'm not going to be able to just like throw spaghetti at a wall and hope it sticks and see if like they call my name and they're like, you're elite. Like, that's not how this business works, right? It's not how our health and fitness works. It's not how our business works. So we need to show up. We need to play offense. We need to reflect. And you need to do it in a way that brings you joy, so that you're not resentful. You're not defeated. Nothing about this is negative. This business should bring you joy. And that's something we're going to talk a little bit more about. But you get to serve. You get to do this. You get to do this on your terms, on your pace. But you have to make sure that you're always reflecting, you're always moving forward, always staying on the offense, not just doing things because they sound good, they feel good, they look good, or because Kathy down the street's doing them, right? You are running a business. So all of that being said, that's kind of my like woo-woo, let's get ready for the fourth quarter in a really big way, not in a way where we're like, crap, like it's almost over and I've got 10 elite points and I said I was going to be elite. Or, oh my gosh, like I started the year saying I was going to be 10-star and now I'm back to 1-star, and like, where is the time gone? I've got no one. My coaches aren't doing anything. My challengers aren't doing that. Nobody's responding to me. Like, we can get sucked into that. Don't get sucked into that. Run offense. Run your offense. Keep running down the field. Keep going in that direction, and do it with joy and reflect along the way. So that being said, I hope that I am able to then transition that into these lovely ladies who are going to take it over for me. Yeah, Rachel or
Abby, is this a good time for you, or do you want me to go?
Either, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay. If you don't care, I'll jump in because I think it transitions into what I want to talk about. Hey guys, I am Rachel Mitchell. I am the leader of Team Take Heart, and some of my awesome ladies are on here tonight. But let me ask you first of all, before I get started, well, as I get started into mine, will you please do us a favor and use the chat bar? And please, I know Chrysanthi just like really spoke to me personally, and I've been in this business 5 years, you guys. Like when she talked to me and Abby in our pod about, how much time you should be investing in your team versus your own personal business. Like I was like, dang, I forget that. And I love my team, but I know I can't build their business for them. I can only lead by example. And so just tell me like what Chrysanthi said, tell us in the chat bar, please, right now, what's just one thing she said that really spoke to you and your business right now. Okay. So, and we'll come back to that in a minute, but I want to talk to you about your goals because as much, we are part, Chrysanthi, Abby, and I are part of the #2 team in the network, which has honestly the whole time we've been coaches primarily has been the #1 team in the network. And we love our team. We love our upline coach. She's amazing and we've learned so much. But one thing I've learned personally is that my goals matter first and foremost to me and my family. And so I want to ask you right now, what goals are you going after right now? And you can type it in the chat bar. Is it Emerald? Is it Diamond? Is it 1-star? Is it New Leader Conference? Is it Premier or Elite? And tell me what your goals are in your business right now. And this is an active call. Please don't just sit there and not type in the chat bar. Please talk to us. And so I want you, I have written here in my notes that I prepared for you guys, don't just set the goals, but fall in love with the daily work that it takes to achieve them. And we were talking about that, if you guys came on early, about falling in love with the work that we do, because we can set goals all day long, but if we don't like or love what it's going to take to get there, then we're not, you're just kind of like your fluff on a jacket, honestly. And so you're going to see me and Chrysanthi and Abby go to leadership retreat in 2 days, right? You're going to see us go to this really fancy resort. You're going to see us go to this swanky stuff. We're going to get massages paid for by our coach and all this great stuff. I'm very thankful and I'm so proud to represent my team at this retreat. But that is 4 days out of my life. 4 days out of my entire year. And if I didn't love the work that it took daily to get me and my team to where we're at, then I wouldn't be there. And so I want to ask you, are you just setting goals because someone, I love you guys. Thank you for posting in here. Are you just setting goals because someone else told you they were important, or are they important to you? For me personally, we were a 5-star team for the first quarter of this year, but we haven't been a 5-star team for Team Take Heart for the rest of the year. I don't care. I still love what I get to show up and do every single day. And I'm not just going through the motions to be 5-star to get that bonus. I want to help women get healthy and fit. I want to encourage women in their faith and their fitness. I want to teach women how to build a business that is going to change their life. It's going to have a ripple effect on their family and the people that they get to bring into their challenge groups and their team. That fuels my fire. So know why your goal matters. How is it going to impact someone else? How will it impact your family, your team? I'll tell you, my team did not believe that Elite or Premier was possible until I did it for myself and for our team. And so that, when I realized that, I was like, holy crap, I better go Elite this year, because I know that Jade could be Elite, that, Tracy could be Elite, that Kathy could be Elite, Andrea could eventually. And so if I don't do it and show them how, then I'm not going to help them do it, right? And so that's really important. Love the work that you do. Know why you show up every single day. If you're just checking boxes on a tracker because someone told you to, then there's no joy there. But if you're doing it because you know that every invite that you send, every post that you make, every connection that you make is a potential to be a light in someone's life who is living in darkness, whether it's related to their faith or their fitness or their relationships or whatever, then you're going to show up and do the work every day. I don't care if you have to stay up till 11 o'clock after you nurse your kid for the last time at night, or if you have to get up at 4 o'clock because you teach at 8 o'clock that morning. Like, you're going to show up and do the work because it matters. It matters to you, it matters to your family, and it matters to the person who is going to join your community, right? And so I think that's really, really important. And I'm skipping over because I gave this a similar talk to some leaders in our organization. So I'm going to skip over some things, but I'll come back to them at a later date. But another thing I really want to challenge you guys as you head into the end of October, November, and December, I'm going to be straight up. They're hard months. They're really hard months to build a health and fitness business. And you have to decide for yourself, listen to me, for yourself, what areas of your business have become stale. One, are you getting results in your health and fitness? Or are you just pushing play every day, taking some stories, posting so you can say I did my workout and I drank my shake? Or are you really showing up in your health and fitness? You know, like today, I think I recorded one video during my workout because I was like, dang it, I've got to bring it to this workout. And so like I recorded like the last 15 seconds of my workout, and that's what I gave my followers. So ask yourself, are you committing to MM100 or 6 weeks of the work? Are you starting and finishing a workout program? You know, a lot of people on my team have been like, oh, we're bored now. Like, we loved MM100, we love Jericho, but we're ready to move on. Are you going to finish? Like, are you going to finish the workout? Are you going to finish 100 workouts? Those are the coaches that are going to share their results, talk about their experience. I don't care if you share that you got bored. Are you bringing it in your nutrition and your workout? If you have gotten way off track, do you need a 3-day refresh? Like, do a 3-day refresh. Bring some people along to do it with you. Commit to 6 weeks of the work. You know, you guys, like, this is your body first and foremost. Your body is your business. And that is not an icky thing. That is an integrity thing. Okay. Like, I cannot ask people to do what I'm doing if I'm not excited about it, if I'm not passionate about it, and if I'm not getting results. So if you're bored, the people that are following you are going to be bored as well. So bring it, get results, and finish, and then move on to something that excites you more next, all right? Are you bored with your branding? Do you need to shake it up with your branding? Do you need a new filter, a new app? Do you need a new theme for your challenge group? You know, I shared with some of my team that, like, I had really fallen into the, like, I paid for the mompreneur thing, and it's great. It's amazing. But I was just posting what she was posting, and I had lost Rachel in my challenge groups. And so, like, I really had to really just, like, not unplug from her. I still use her content, but I really had to sit down each week and say, okay, what do I want to add to my challenge groups, you know? And that brought my excitement and my passion back. I do a Monday motivation video every week that is totally unrelated to the Mompreneur Challenge Group Guide. And you know what? Like, some weeks people love it, some weeks people don't, but every week I make that video, I'm providing something that I feel like God is telling me to provide to my challengers. And it impacts at least one person every single week. I get a message from one challenger every week that's like, Rachel, your video like rocked my world. This is what I need to do, blah, 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 right? So bring yourself to your challenge groups. Don't just do what everyone else is doing, okay? So right now, drop in the comments, I need to shake it up with. It can be your health and fitness. It could be that you need to track your nutrition. It could be that you need to shake up your challenge groups. It could be that you need to end a challenge group and start a whole new one because it's dead, right? It could be that you have just been posting stories and your nutrition and your Shakeology in your stories, and you have not been showing your personality, your life, your whatever. So drop in the comments, I need to shake it up with, insert your own. Okay. All right. So that's your challenge right now. And then the next thing is, you know what your goals are, you know why they're important, you know what you need to switch up to make your business more exciting, more impactful, more just whatever. So now I want you to know the key dates. So if you are pushing for 1-star, for diamond, for 2-star, if you want to help your team get to elite, you want to be premier or elite or whatever it is, you got to know the dates. Do you know what date you have to qualify for so you can hold it for 6 weeks? So like for us, like my second CBC is pushing for 2-star and 3-star. My second CBC has to be 2-star, 3-star qualifying by November the 21st. And then we have to hold it for 6 weeks, right? So I don't want to wait until November 21st. You guys, like, if you could be a part of our Success Pod, you would know what crazy people we are. But last year at Thanksgiving, like, it was a crazy crapshoot. Like, we were just like all over it was awful. Abby's shaking her head. So like, know your goal and know what day you want to hit it by. If you want to be 2-star by October 31st or 30th, you can do it, but just like put it on a calendar and push for it, right? So know your key dates, know what you need to get to your goal. If you need to be diamond, do you need an emerald on each leg? Do you need 2 coaches? What do you need to get there? And so like, know your dates. That's really important. And then know your non-negotiables. Like, what are you committing to daily without fail? I mean, I think I'm preaching to the choir here, but like, you have to do your BAT. Like, I don't care how busy you are. If you're not getting the things on your business activity tracker done, you are probably not hitting your goals. And like, I know you're busy. I know people on my team have just been hit with sickness and like craziness. I know it. I get it. And that's like understandable. But like the 90% of the time, like Chrysanthi said, if you're not filling out your business activity tracker, you're not going anywhere. So know what your non-negotiables are. How are you tracking? Is someone holding you accountable to doing them? Like, if you are not in a new coach training, you should be in our Rank in the Bank group that starts on Wednesday or Thursday, or you should be in some type of upper level training, right? So know what your goals are. How are you getting there? When are you getting there? And who is holding you accountable? And then set some visual reminders, like put it up on your calendar, on your mirror, put it throughout your house. Sorry, I don't know what that is. And then like, just make sure that you are reminding yourself often, and don't back down when you hit a wall. Don't back down when you hit an obstacle, when you hit a no, when you have a coach that cancels, or a customer who cancels their Shakeology, or whatever it is. That's part of this business, you guys. Like, it's just part of it. And it means, honestly, that probably you are moving forward. And I tell my team all the time, like, right before you just transition out of a struggle period, right before you hit a big goal or have a breakthrough, it gets really hard. It gets really hard. And you're like, am I going to do this? Am I going to keep going? Am I going to quit? You know, right before the breakthrough happens, you have the struggle. And I swear it's God saying, are you cut out for this? Like, are you going to push through? Are you going to fight for what I have called you to? And if you're not, that's okay. I'll find somebody else who'll do it, honestly. And then the last thing I want to encourage you to do is reflect. Like, I talked about this in my challenge group. I've been talking about it with myself. Like, I'm not this person who lives in the past, but in my business, if I don't look back in my last week, in my last month, and reflect on what I did or didn't do, or like Chrysanthi said, like, you're doing trillers and I haven't done a triller in a while for my Energize. People keep tagging me in them and I'm like, I don't think that's my people. You know, I think they're fine, but like, that doesn't really speak to my audience. So reflect what works, evaluate, move forward, fix what's not working. If you're sending the same invite over and over and nobody is joining your challenge group, then you need to reach out to your coach and be like, hey, this invite's not working. Can you help me figure it out? If you're posting and no one is engaging with your posts or commenting, then you need to talk to your upline. Like, you guys, that's what we're here for. We're here to help you and encourage you and lead by example. We've done, Chrysanthi, Abby, and I have done like a bajillion things that didn't work, right? But we've evaluated, we've learned from it, we've gotten better, we've gotten stronger, and we are just willing to do the work that it takes to get there. And so, like, don't hesitate. When you feel called to do something, if you feel called to do something that nobody else is doing, like, I'll tell you, when I started putting scripture in my challenge groups, nobody on my team was doing that. Like, I just felt called to do it. When I started to run, like, talk about faith and business, like, nobody on our team there was not a strong figure that was doing that. I just knew it was something I was supposed to do. So be bold, go for it, and be willing to learn from what doesn't work and tweak it and find something that does work. And I promise you, like, you guys will be sitting here where we're at in a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, talking and sharing the same things to your team. Like, that is legit a reminder, an alarm on my phone to tell me to message my viewers, because I suck at it. I forget. And it's a weakness in my business. So I recognize that. I set a reminder in my phone every night to go off to tell me to message people who are watching my stories, and I do it, and it pays off. And that's a huge part of my business, right? So that's kind of my motivation for you guys when it comes to goal setting and moving into the last quarter of the year and just being really, really intentional about it. All right. And so now I'm going to pass it off to Abby, who's going to give you some like hardcore, like, applications, some to-do things, action steps when it comes to like really growing your social media.
Yeah, I can tell you, we all need this too. And no matter where we're at in our business, guys, if we've been an elite team or just signed up, like the same, like what Chrysanthi says, the business doesn't change. And so I need to be reminded of these things constantly. And I can tell you, we all get in our heads, we all get in funks. Like, we are just a little bit further down the road, but all of the feelings that you feel, I can promise that we have all felt there. And so one of the things that I think is super, super important, and we were talking about if you jumped on here early, is just finding the joy. And I truly believe that, I don't know how, but that the tone and the attitude that you have towards yourself, your job, whatever it is that you're doing, comes out in your posts. It comes out in your messages. And I really try to avoid posting, like slapping up a post just to post, or sending an invite just to send an invite, if I'm in a really negative headspace, because I swear it translates and people can see it. And what you are going to find is that if you are, and I'm seeing the comments roll in here, like, I need a lot of you guys are like, I need to shake up my nutrition, like all that. If you are feeling like you're not on your A game with yourself, it really feels inauthentic, and it honestly salesy, which is what everybody's scared of, right? To share and invite to something that you don't feel like you're rocking. And so in this last quarter, really thinking through, absolutely, do I love Christmas cookies and fudge? Heck yes. Will I be having them? Absolutely. You cannot give me Christmas and not let me have treats. But it is such a great 3 months to really show what we have to offer and how you can find balance and how you can get your own results. And so what I really encourage you to do is to start adding value and to serving first. I think I could ask you guys to all raise your hands if you're afraid of being salesy, and everyone would say yes. But the truth is, what you have to offer works. You guys are living proof of that. You know the value that what it is. And so if you can level up yourself and start serving others before you ask for a thing, you will see your business start to change. And what I mean by that is not just slapping up a post and saying like, oh, cool, I did my workout. That's so what? Like, who cares? Nobody cares. You did your workout. Like, oh great, there she goes again. But if you can start to share, you know what, I'm fighting to get my mornings back. My freaking 2-year-old does not sleep through the night. Here is what I'm doing practically to take action. Like, I'm setting 5 alarms. I'm putting my phone in the kitchen, like whatever it is for you, like starting to share that in your posts, in your stories, really adding value. So thinking back to, what is your audience struggling with? What are you struggling with? And how can you turn it into something? A lot of coaches I have seen really step back when life gets hard. And I so get it. It's easy when stuff gets crazy, but really, truly what makes the difference is when you can lean into that and share your struggles, not in a like dirty laundry way. No one needs to know if you fought with your husband or stuff like that, but truly sharing that you're not perfect, because people are looking in and they're seeing our Instagram life. And sometimes it can be easy to lose the authenticity there. But when you can show up and say like, you know what, it is hard to be a working mom. It's hard. It's hard when I feel like all I do is I spend 2 hours with my kids a day, and half of that was disciplining them and trying to get them to bed. I feel like I sucked and I failed, right? You guys are nodding your heads. I've been there. Like, that was my life for 4 years. That resonates with your working moms, and they're going to start tuning into you because they know that you're in your shoes. And as you start sharing strategies that work with them, and I'm going to take you guys on a walk because my computer's about to die, so I'm going to plug it in here, but really thinking through. So I want you guys to write down right now in the chat bar, like I'm going to make you guys do homework and start sharing, what is it that you are currently struggling with that you can educate people on? Is it nutrition? Is it a workout tip? Is it getting your core strength back post C-sections? Is it how you are juggling your time as a working mom and running a business at night? And I want to show you guys, like, while you're getting kids to eat cleaner, that is such a good one. Thinking through, what would you be Googling 2 years ago, 6 months ago? Like the old you, what would you be Googling right now? I know that I would be Googling or Pinteresting workouts that I could do at home because I sucked at the gym and I didn't know what to do on those machines. I would be Googling healthy toddler muffins. How can I get my kids to eat more veggies? I would probably be Googling, I was Googling, I remember it so distinctly, at 10 p.m. on a Sunday night, work at home jobs, because I was so sick of the life that I had. So think of those things. Those are your pain points. You can ask your audience in polls in your stories once a week. Hey guys, what would you like to see more of this week? Nutrition tips or workout tips? Would you like to see devotionals or early morning wake up, healthy snacks, healthy desserts? Like, actually do those polls and see what your audience wants to say. And then guess what? You have your content for the week. It's super helpful. They're going to tell you exactly what they want. And so I want to show you guys, these are great. Okay, time management, getting up early. Yes, so good, guys. Toddler kindergarten, so good. Okay, so I want to show you guys just some examples of some posts. And these are all really different from each other. Anita, she wasn't on this call tonight, but she had a great one. And it was a great post. If you're going to, first of all, post pictures of food, make sure it doesn't look like puke. This does not, but food can be kind of dicey, so just be careful. But she's right here. I was like, I'm not a hunting widow, but I know exactly what she means. Resisting the carb monster, wishing my toddler stop pulling off everything. And she kind of shares her story, and she's adding value here. Instead of throwing the frozen cauliflower in the oven, here's what I did instead. So she's just really giving some practical tips and also kind of jabbing at her life, what she has to offer in her boot camps, and resonating and asking for engagement. That's really, really good. It sucks people in. This is a post that I just put up. It's a little bit different, so it's not necessarily a practical clean eating tip, but I know that I have been in a hard season, and I know that a lot of my followers are too. So I'm talking about where I find joy. And I'm jabbing my business, I'm jabbing my challenge groups, but really I'm just giving personal development. I'm talking about my faith because that's a big piece of who I am. It's just adding value. Rachel is the queen of this. She really has lots of posts that educate. So she's talking in here. Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm a chronic quitter. That's going to make me click more. So I'm going to be like, what is she quitting? I see her on my stories every day. And she's talking, kind of giving some tough love here and telling people, again, here's where change happens, and encouraging them in that. So you can really see kind of the breakdown of value. Courtney, she's in the top 10 right now, I think. She's an awesome coach. She has a really kind of a great Instagram as well. She really talks about her faith here, and she's just kind of being very blatant. She's shared her infertility journey. So all of these things, I mean, there's very different ways that you can be adding value, but really thinking through, what would my ideal client, because it's going to be what would my ideal client be Googling? How can I serve them first and show up every day with that? So when you're doing your one post a day, because that's really all you need to do is 1 or 2 posts, have that be a post that adds value, adds encouragement, educates, maybe is entertaining. What can you do that really is a give, not just a so what post? Like, so what, you worked out, awesome. But how can you give? In your stories, take some time each day to educate. So it might be you pulling out your portion containers and saying like, hey, I'm a coach, but my nutrition needs to get back on track. And you're going to see me share all week and kind of walk people through, like, why do you choose to have your carbs in the morning instead of at night? If you do that, like for 2B Mindset, what is a healthy serving of vegetables each day? I know that I wasn't getting those. Actually showing people those things. In your workout, instead of just showing a workout move, use that space on there to maybe talk about the move itself. Like, give this a try if you've had a C-section too, or here's my stress reliever so I don't yell at my kids. Like, use that and not just be like, slap up like, cool, she did her workout, but tie it back in with, what is it used for? Is it your sanity? Is it your stress relief? Is it only 30 minutes and that's the only time you have before work? Like, really thinking through, how can you take up the valuable space that you have in your little square and use it to serve others? Do your devotionals. And then what happens is it makes it much, much easier for you to make the ask, because you have content that people are resonating with, they're engaging with, and you can absolutely turn those polls, those responses on your stuff into content and conversation. So for instance, when I put up a poll, I've been trying to do it I didn't do it this week, but on Saturdays or Sundays, asking people what they want to see. If I say healthy desserts or healthy snacks, well, I had like 20 people vote on each. Guess what? Every single one of those people got a message from me just saying, hey, thank you so much for taking time to vote on the poll. I will totally be talking about this. Is there any like recipe in particular or area that you struggle with? And it just opens up conversations. And they're like, yeah, I really have a sweet tooth. I'm like, girl, me too. And I can kind of move them into a service of inviting them to a challenge group, if that makes sense. So do you guys have questions on that? Or kind of, I'm looking through here, anxiety management. Yeah, you guys have so much. Look at this. Getting your husband working out with an inner injury, healthy quick meals. Yes, yes, yes. So good. So I know that was kind of a lot, but we wanted to give you guys some time to ask questions as well, or have feedback. Do you guys have things in this kind of now that your brains are spinning that you're like, yes, or I need feedback on this post or something like that as you're thinking of planning your content and thinking about your goals? Anything? One thing that I will tell you also, and just, I mean, I know you guys know this, but as you're thinking about your content, also go back to what like Rachel just said. What are your goals? So if you know, hey, I want to be a diamond coach. First of all, guys, all of you could end this year as 2-star coaches or higher, like legitimately. So do not rule out, don't look at the calendar, say it's October, I'll try next year. Like that is no mindset to have. So first of all, squash that right then and there. But second, you need to think strategically. So if you're saying, okay, I know I really need to have a couple coaches. Yeah, I can sign people as a discount coach and that will get you to diamond. Absolutely. I think we all built that way, but strategically saying, okay, if I know I need some emerald coaches, I have got to start talking about the business. So making sure to write down, okay, how can I add value in this way? Well, what are people's biggest objections? Your people. They're probably going to be time, because I know a lot of you are working moms. So starting to talk about, like, do you sit on the couch after your son goes to bed at night at 8:30 and instead of watching The Office, you're listening to a team call or plugging into training? Starting to show people how you fit it in. How is this filling your cup? How are you starting to maybe dream bigger? I'm going to pick on Katie on here, one of my coaches. I know she mentioned to me the other day, her husband said something that he hadn't seen her this happy and excited and fulfilled about something in a really long time. Like, that's a huge deal. So many people just are going through the motions and forgetting all the opportunity. So really start sharing from your heart, because there's somebody out there who's probably silently watching your stuff who needs to see what you have to say. And if you stop being consistent and you stop showing up and you stop sharing the opportunity, I can tell you from personal experience, they're going to go with someone else. Someone else is going to invite them. Someone else will have been more consistent. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Your life can be a total hot mess. But serving first, being bold in your vision, being bold in your calling, not being scared to say, hey, you have been on my mind. I don't know if you've seen my post, but you're the type of person I would love to have on my team. Have you ever thought about this? Like, actually just doing that, when it comes from a space of humility and service, people don't get offended. So I thought it's a little soapbox scene. Sorry. I'm sorry you can hear Mary Poppins in the background. It keeps my toddler happy. Let's see here. What are your thoughts on setting a realistic goal or a dream goal? I know it might sound negative, but so that you don't feel defeated. That is really good. Chrysanthi, Rachel, I mean, I can say it too, but what do you guys think?
This is Jennifer is one of my coaches, and girl's got the social media presence. It is like she's amazing. Like, I watch all her stories just because I'm intrigued, and she's a really good like communicator. And so like I think if you're taking your content and you are using that content to start conversations, like there is a world of women out there that can benefit from your inspiration, from your struggles. We all have struggles, you guys. Like, the struggles help people, not the perfection. It's your struggles. And so like, Jennifer, I know what you've been through personally in the last few months. I know what you've overcome in the last few months. And so like, I think that if you get bolder in sharing that story and really reaching out and growing, you have to be growing your social media, guys. Like, you can't bring new people into your business every month if you're not growing. So that's a big focus. And then just starting conversations from the people who like your posts, who watch your stories, and even like Abby did really well on like creating content that engages. And I'll tell you, like, the majority of people that join my boot camps, my business, are not people that reach out to me. It's people that I reach out to because they've connected with something in my content. Usually totally unrelated to fitness or business, honestly. It's about my kids, my faith, my marriage, travel, that type of thing. So, yeah.
And I don't know if this answers your question too. Sorry, Abby. I'm not sure, Jennifer, if this answers what you were saying, but I'm also thinking, going back to the whole joy thing and going back to what I saw Rachel had talked about, was she had said, running this business in a way that you find joy in the actions and in the activities and in the steps along the way. I'm paraphrasing, but basically in the journey versus the achievements or accomplishments or the high fives that you get. Because if you're just setting if you're placing all of like your joy in this business depends on what Beachbody names you in a rank, I think that the ranks are so important. Like, obviously my goals are definitely aligned with what ranks I'm setting, but also I know that I need to focus on what's happening along the way. Like, what achievements am I making? Who am I serving along the way? Like, how am I, just like, if you could visualize yourself, like, it's like getting your kids from point A to point B. Like, you don't just say, well, they sucked. They tried to walk and they fell down today. I'm an awful mom. Like, no, you focus on the journey and you get back up and you try again. So I think so much of that also is mindset. Like, I know for myself and for everybody else that I know personally on this call, we've all set goals that are scary. I think they have to be scary, like, even if it's hard, and if it's a dream, it doesn't mean that it's not realistic. And it doesn't mean that if your timeline gets skewed, like, you're a failure. We're getting ready to go to this retreat. And I was saying to the girls the other day, this leadership event, every single year since I started this business 5.5 years ago, it'll be 6 years in February, which is insane. Like, I had my eyes on going on that trip, and I'm now getting to go. And are there coaches who, like, maybe it's their, like, first full calendar year of coaching and they qualified? I'm sure there are, but that's not me and that's not my journey. And I didn't serve the same people as them. And I didn't, do it for whatever. Like, there's so much more that goes into it. So maybe it's not the date that you set for that dream goal or that realistic goal, but I don't think there's no one judges that but you. Does that make sense? I don't know if that answers kind of where you were going, but that's just kind of how you have to, I think, shift your thinking.
And I think on a super practical note, like, I don't know if you guys know your Enneagram or StrengthsFinder, all that. Like, I am a 3 to the max. I love goals. They, like, motivate me. They drive me. And I also, like, have failed. I have set leadership, like Prasanthi said, that's been on my goal board for 4 years. And I get a goal this year, which I'm super excited about. I've also set elite for 4 years and I've never hit it. I think we're gonna lock it in this year. I'm like, knock on all the wood. But it's really, like, tying it to what it means for your family too. So, like, last year we were hustling to lock in Premier, just kind of like for a practical thing of advice. And I wasn't sure if we could do it, but I looked at what I could control in my business. I knew the time that I had with I knew what my capabilities were. And if I had been, like, actually maxing out my power hours, let's be honest, I wasn't. And I looked and I talked to my husband and I said, hey, okay, if I lock in this goal and hit, this bonus, like, this is what it's going to do for our family. And he was like, okay, cool. And I like, okay, when you come home on Wednesdays and Thursdays, the kids are going to be probably watching a show, having chicken nuggets for dinner so that I can run and work for 2 hours. That's the only 2 hours I'll have during the day. And it was a short-term push, but guess what? We made it happen. But it was really tied to not just my love of rank advancements, because I do, guys. I like the shiny medals. I like the lanyards. Like, I'm not going to pretend it's not real. Like, it doesn't matter. I'd do anything for a t-shirt in college. Like, it's just how I'm wired, and that's okay. That's how God made me. But also, it had to be tied to what my family, like what my husband thought was important, and that he understood the push. And so really taking a realistic look, I think that goals need to push you. You need to dream big, but they also need to be doable for your family. So if it's going to kill your marriage to push for 2-star, that's okay. But you know what? all of you can be diamond by the end of this month. That is like, for a lot of you guys, that's going to be somewhere between 2 and 8 people. Like, that is hitting Success Club. You can do that. So really look at, is it going to give you a little bit of a sweaty armpits? Does it like make you a little scared to even say out loud, yes? Maybe you should push for it. If it's saying you're going to be the top coach of Beachbody by December, like, I don't want to crush your dreams, girl, but like, probably not super realistic. So give yourself a goal that's big enough to push you, tie it to something that really matters, and don't be afraid to run for it. Because you know what? If you fail, it's not a failure. It sounds corny, but you land among the stars, or your business is going to be that much further along. Your income is going to be that much further along. So you guys really do have what it has. You just have to reverse engineer. You can't say, I want to be diamond in December. I can guarantee if you do that, you're going to panic in November and it's going to suck. But if you look at it and say like, okay, I need to lock in 8 people in the next 4 months. What does that look like? Well, you can break it down weekly. Super easy. So I don't know if that helps, but yeah. With diamond, how many people do you need? Oh, for something. Yeah, break it down. Exactly. Set yourself deadlines. And if you need to motivate yourself with like fun prizes, do that. If you need to motivate yourself with like whatever, do that. But don't give yourself a deadline that's also not going to be over Christmas, like they said, because it really sucks. So don't do that. Honestly, like for a lot of you guys, Halloween or the first week of November is going to be really where you're wanting to shoot for. So that gives you guys, 4 weeks from now, you have some time to push, but you're also not going to be trying to get someone to purchase something right before Christmas.
And, too, your goal doesn't just have to be a rank goal. Let me just say that. As much as we want diamonds on our team, because you are, that's a leadership thing, you are earning more money in cycle bonuses. Think about 3-day refreshes. Think about, I posted in my challenge groups today about Recover and Energize. And I had somebody switch over to a coach with a performance completion pack. She's like, oh, I've been wanting to try that. I know you use it. Peppermint mocha, Shakeology, that jinx, like my kids would say. It's coming out soon. Start talking about the holidays. Start talking about how to stay on track in the holidays. I hate peppermint mocha personally, and I'm gonna say that, but my husband will drink the mess out of that, right? So I'm gonna order it, and I'm gonna encourage my team to order it. If you order it, if your spouse orders it, if your team orders it, or you have some people who just have never bought a challenge pack or anything, but they try peppermint mocha. How many volume points is that? It's like 50 something, right? Is that right? And so that adds up. And yes, be pushing for rank, but you guys, our products work. Our products work. They are important. They change lives. I've been off cholesterol medicine for 5 years because of Shakeology, right? And so I get excited about that. And so definitely set goals for rank, but also think how can I get a 3-day refresh into her hands? Or how can I get a 3-month trial to Beachbody On Demand into her hands? It's not just, and I think that Beachbody is going to switch that up soon, where we do get points based on other things, which will be cool. But, all of our products work, matter, and change lives. So look at it from that standpoint too. Can I sell 3 challenge packs this week? Can I get 2 people signed up with a BOD subscription? Think about it that way. We're here to serve people. And sometimes it starts with a free meal plan,
I just put together, and I can share it. I know Chrysanthi and Rachel, they have access to it and they can share it with you guys. I just did a little free PDF crockpot thing. I set it up in an email to be automated, but you don't even have to get that fancy. You can just put on your stories hey, I have this resource, who would like it? How can I serve you? And then guess what? You have them on your email list. Make sure they drop their email in that little comment box. And then you can email them once a month or every week with some encouragement and value and things like that. And then the last thing, and I know if you're on my team, you've heard me talk about this, but as you think through what Rachel just talked about, or even as you need to get people more some active orders or stuff like that, making sure you're talking about what you're actually using. Because when I add Energize to every single share cart that I send out, and I would say a solid 8 times out of 10 people purchase it, mostly because they see me using it and they know my kid doesn't sleep and that I'm tired. And I never feel salesy adding it because I'm showing the value of it every day. After a long workout, I made Recover, and I just poured a little bit of water into the bowl and made it like pudding and dipped apples in it. I had so many messages on Instagram asking what that was because it looked different and it looked fun. I did miss you. Yes. Yes. So talking about what you're actually using, don't be salesy about it, but just, again, adding value. If you have a chocolate sweet tooth and you're using a Beach Bar instead and just saying like, hey, it only has 9 grams of sugar. This is my favorite healthy snack. That way, when you go to add it or you reach out to your challengers about it or you're sharing those resources, it doesn't feel like you're spammy. And that can, again, increase your volume, increase your sales, and it all ties together. But you're helping them because these things are good. So, yeah. Anything else? We got like 5 more minutes if you guys need. I know it's getting late for some East Coasters, but is there anything else we can help you with or kind of encourage you with or give you some advice on tonight?
All right, you guys. So I would just encourage you to reach out to your upline tonight and tell them like what your goal is for the end of the year. And obviously if you have a like rank goal, like 1 star or higher, you definitely need to know what date you have to hit that by November 21st, right? And then hold it for 6 weeks. And so like know that, but message your upline, tell them what your goal is, post it in your team page. I mean, that would be amazing. Inspire someone else. And then just kind of definitely communicate what you need to level up on. Like, I need to shake it up here. This is where I've let fraudy feelings in. Like, I mean, you guys, this is your business. Like, this is your business. Take ownership. Okay. And part of that is like communicating your goals. So yes, we are so excited. We're so excited to share this with you guys. And we really look forward to seeing what you guys accomplish. And we'll be doing some more team calls together. So definitely look for that. But all right, I think that's it. Chrysanthi, you have anything? Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Good night.
Bye.